Tea with Monique is brought to you by Mila Eve Essentials. Visit MilaEveEssentials.com for 100% pure, therapeutic essential oils and other products. Nature knows best, and so does Mila Eve.
I came to work. I came to slay. Countdown to the beat. True queens don't play. I came to work. Drag, slay, work. Hit the stage. Drag queens don't play. Yeah. Stand up to bullies.
Hey,
What's going on?
I'm
I
over
look
here.
like a whole infomercial right now with this.
I love it. I'm over here making sure that the ash is not showing, and we're getting it all together.
What is up? What is going on, Boss Squad? Welcome back to another episode of Tea with Monique. I'm kind of like pumped up right now. We were just talking behind the stage in the backstage about this today, free speech. And I'm really excited. Jay, how has your week been? And what's going on?
Listen, I feel like there's so much I need to catch you up on. So after the show,
okay,
you have to text me, but it's good.
Mm.
Yes, I feel like Chris Medina has spoken a lot of things into existence pertaining to my life. I know.
Okay.
It's just, it's
I can't wait to hear it. Mary, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here as always. What's up, Marcella? What's up, Corey? What is going on? So yes, likes are free. Likes are free. That is the one thing you can do for this channel. It doesn't cost anything. Just hit the like button. Even if you don't like it, just hit it.
That is true.
So yes, I'm really excited because yes, drag queens always and Mila Eve Essentials. Thank you. I'm gonna need Bravo Andy to run your check. They keep bringing you up. They still bringing me up. Isn't it like the end of the season by now? I'm like, come on, that's hilarious. They're really bringing me up. Have you been watching, Jay?
I have, and yeah, your face on there, everything. It's actually.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. I know one thing. My page has been blowing up with people adding me, asking me to do violence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, leave me alone. I'm in a zen moment. I'm over here trying to like keep my inner peace,
right?
My little soul searching, my spiritual journey, and y'all asking me out here to be violent. Like, what in the world is going on? I don't know what's happening. Don't care either.
Right.
Funny that wow. Okay, I didn't realize that I was still, a topic, but whatever. Hey, Mila Eve. No, so before we get into our episode, I do want to let everybody know that we have some amazing promotional codes happening. And even though they are not for lazy moms based codes, I do want to share them with my Tea with Monique people. So I'm gonna just pop this up on the screen tonight. We're actually going live with Shalina Edwards, who is the owner of this amazing company that you see right here. And I'm going to pop up what you're getting 20% off store-wide now through October 20th using promo code BREAK with NFLM, which stands for Not for Lazy Moms. When you visit, give me 5 minutes. We're going to be talking to her tonight on the Not for Lazy Moms channel. So after we're done, go ahead and hop on over, and we're going to just be talking about, what it means to just reconnect with yourself, and how important that is. And we're going to hear about this amazing entrepreneur's journey. She is a mother of 5, and she has this amazing company that she started along with a product company. Mama's Roast is one of her coffees. I'm actually wearing her lipstick right now. This color, normally I don't do reds, and let me tell y'all, this red is bomb.
Yeah, I like it.
Like it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So this is her lipstick. It's called Rich in Color. I love it. It's actually, I don't have any foundation on or a concealer or anything. Normally when you wear red lipstick, you have to be beat to the gods.
Oh, really?
This just goes on nice and easy. Love it. I love it. So y'all know I wouldn't try to sell y'all nothing I don't believe in. So I'm really excited about that. Also, real quick, let me just let y'all know, if y'all want to drink some wine with Riley and I on Wine Down Wednesday, you're getting 25% off for Bella Vita's Pinot Noirs. There's 3 select Pinot Noirs. You can buy any one of these. You're going to get 25% off your total purchase on these select wines now until November 15th. It takes 10 days to ship the wines. So if you want to drink with us when we actually have the episode with the owner, Steven is going to be coming on with us on the 27th of October. And Riley and I are going to be drinking this. If you want to drink with us, you have to order by October 17th. So if you want to drink it with us, just make sure that you get it by the 17th of October. But you can use it. Get it for your Thanksgiving or whatever holidays you have coming up. But the wine, we're going to be doing a live tasting. I have all 3 bottles here. It's going to be really fun. And it's more fun when y'all can actually do the tasting with us. So now that we got that out the way, and make sure y'all shop Me Leave Essentials, of course. Now that we got that out the way, I am excited about our topics today. We're talking about free speech, y'all. What's going on? Yes, Mary. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh, thank you. So listen, we're talking about free speech. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Stuff that I have no clue about because I live under a rock most times. And I couldn't think of a better team to bring on for this topic because they are called Freeish Media. So you better believe that they be free.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up, Chris and Ricky? Welcome to Tea with Monique.
We are here.
Yes.
Hola. What's going on?
Yes. I am so excited to have y'all here because I already know the last time I did a podcast. Y'all got to check out their podcast, Freeish Media. And we did one together and we were like cutting up the whole time. Like it was so much fun.
Family.
You know.
I like your shirts.
Thank you. Free Britney.
Soon to be
Period.
Soon to be available on freeishmedia.com. So stay on the lookout.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I love it. So listen, y'all, if y'all don't follow Freeish Media on Instagram, y'all are missing out on so many different levels. First of all, I was just saying this on Instagram Live. I found you all because of your comments that you would post on like the shade room and stuff. And every time, for whatever reason, I would see y'all's comments and I would die. And I said, I gotta follow this page. And I'm glad I did.
That was back in our angry days.
We're just 2 Black men trying to survive in America and just, keep it light and keep it funny for the public. So,
oh man,
try to be, positive and petty.
I love it though. No, y'all used to have me cracking up, and some stuff I couldn't even hit the like button on. I would just be like,
"Oh, we know it's a lot of y'all."
Hilarious! I'll be like, "Oh my god!" So listen, I love that Jordan D just said this. What do you think of the latest Nicki Minaj drama? Because that was one of the things that we were just talking about behind the set. But before we get into
I brought my prayer cloth. I brought my prayer cloth, Jesus. I can't.
Look, before we get into it, I just want to know, just in general, what does free speech mean to you? And like, where do you think that we're going wrong these days as it pertains to free speech? Before we get on any topic, I just want to know, and whoever wants to go first, go first.
I feel like I'm at church doing an Easter speech. Free speech means no, free speech to me means literally everything that I am. Like the freedom to express yourself, the freedom to say what you want. There might be consequences for certain free speech these days, but like to me, it's the ability to express anything you want. If you want to say, I couldn't think of anything appropriate. But yeah, if you want to say anything, you can say it. It's just, it matters to you what your level of free speech and comfort is.
Right.
Ricky, take it away. Yeah. Keep rambling.
I got you. Okay. So we live in a country whose principles include free speech. Free speech is something that should be baked into, the Constitution, all of that. But it feels as though, recently there are a lot of instances of free speech being, quote unquote, censored or, quote unquote, things like that. So I feel like free speech to me just involves people being able to say what they want to say, like Chris said, when they want to say it. But as he said, there may be a consequence for your actions. If you say some wild and people are like, that's some wild, then that might be something that you have to deal with. If you say some wild and you get some hands put on you, you might get it's just what it is.
yeah.
But
Y'all don't know. He
definitely
been
people should
practicing
have the right
self-editing for a
to.
while. Y'all
Would
don't
you-
know. He been practicing that for a while.
Oh, you're really
That's-
good at it. You're really good.
He's T, yeah. I can't do it. That's why I'm over here with my press off. I can't.
Freeish Political Corner coming soon.
All right, Jay.
All right, so are we jumping into the question that we just got asked about our
No,
input?
I
on
want to
it?
know what your idea.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
See, I was already on defense because Team Nicki over here, so I was just trying to make sure. Okay.
Oh, this is about to get good.
Oh yes.
Oh no. Okay. My interpretation of free speech. I was actually having this conversation with one of my friends earlier, and I feel like right now, and I don't want to sound, stupid by saying this, but we live in a very sensitive time period. Everything is looked up, under like a magnifying glass. Every little thing, any interaction that you like on Instagram, any comment, just anything. We're just so wrapped up in a sensitive time period where I feel like people are afraid to speak their mind because you're either trying to get canceled or even if you have a different opinion with somebody, people are ending friendships over different opinions when it comes to things that don't even have anything concerning them. And I just feel like we have to find a balance because the world would be so boring if we all literally agreed on every single thing.
Right.
And now you have people who are high profile people. The second they speak up on something that they feel passionate about, you have millions of people trying to cancel them. And I just feel we've had an episode about cancel culture. And I just feel like if we cannot speak our minds freely, then we just all need to shut up at this point. Because either it's never going to be in anybody's favor. And I feel like we have to change it. I don't know how, but there has to be some type of balance. And we lack that right now.
Right. I feel like people are walking around as little programs, little bots. And it's almost like, let me say what I think people want me to say. You know what I'm saying? Let me say what I think people want to hear versus either being quiet or just speaking how they truly feel. Now, when it comes to free speech and speaking freely, I believe that you can do so in a way that is, the delivery is proper and you're not insulting people. So I'm not talking about free speech when you have, some type of company that basically references a monkey and compares that to a black person. I'm not talking about that. That's just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So that is not what I mean when I'm saying free speech. You don't just speak hate and spew hate to other people and think that you're not going to receive consequences for it. You have to watch that. But when it just comes to your opinion of something, everybody's opinions are based on your background, how you're raised, who you're around, who your friends are. And to me, there's nothing wrong with having a differing opinion because your opinion is solely based on your environment. And once you're able to express your opinion, then you can receive a response that may help you to understand a broader scope of whatever it is you're dealing with. And that's one thing that makes me nervous about people being so censored these days is that how can people really learn and grow if they're afraid to speak on things that they don't understand? You understand?
Exactly.
So there definitely, I agree with all of you, where it definitely needs to be a balance. Sure. And people need to just use common sense. It just seems like we lack common sense these days.
Common sense ain't too common no more.
I honestly, I feel like, again, I was talking to my friend earlier, social media is not going to help. Like, if we want balance, social media is not the place to find the balance because it's almost, I feel like people jump on bandwagons when they didn't even read the paragraph of what they're jumping on the bandwagon about. And I just feel like a few years ago, when social media was not popping, we didn't hear about all this drama on the news because there was no way for people to even entertain it. And I feel like social media has become so toxic to where it's just, you literally open up your phone and it's a mess all the time just because somebody had something to say.
Right.
I don't even know how we would get to the normal.
Yeah, we can definitely speak on the toxicity ourselves. We've been on social media between the both of us. Like, I personally have been on there pretty much every day on Instagram since 2014, just through different positions. I'm also a social media manager, so doing different things like that. And it just got to a point where between all of that and between, being there multiple times a day for Freeish, it was so much. It was like, I just need a break. I'm sorry. We had to take a break. So, we were like, we just have to focus on our mental health because the toxicity and just, the censorship and the anxiety, it feels like you could post anything in Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. It could just, get rid of it or just delete your page or something like that off of, an opinion or something that, a bigger page could post and it's fine because they get the engagement. But if you're a page with under 1 million followers, it's like an issue or something like that. So it was just like, this is too much. I need a break.
Yes. No, I totally 100% agree with you. And I mean, censorship, that's a whole episode right there. I mean, it's literally ridiculous. You cannot speak on anything that does not go in lines with whatever agenda our higher ups are trying to push. It's like you literally I can barely speak about natural alternatives. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see the censorship. I see when I'm posting certain things and I see how many views it's allowed to get versus a picture of me and my daughter or my son, a video of him. It'll skyrocket, so it's clear and evident. So that's a whole, that's going to be, part 2. For sure.
Okay. And we will be ready for it.
We can definitely count that one down because that's a good one to cover. But the thing that sucks is we probably won't even get a lot of views. They'll shut it down.
Well, we just got to find our way around the gatekeeper.
Oh, right. We got to use some code words. We'll have a whole chart of code words.
Some hieroglyphs, because we created them.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. So listen here. Now we're talking about the latest. So I already gave the disclaimer to Ricky and Chris, and Jay already knows this about me. I do not keep up with what's going on. I honestly don't, y'all. Like I'll put it like this. I did not have social media prior to becoming a housewife. So that just shows you how ancient I be. Like, I don't have time for it. I learned about Instagram and all of that, like literally when I joined the show, because they were like, you have to maintain the social media. The only thing I did have was Facebook. And that was simply because we created that account when we were getting married and we wanted our guests to be able to keep up with what was going on. So there's some background on me. So don't be laughing at me when y'all bring up topics, talk about people, and I'm like, huh? Who is
she's so serious. Serious.
Yeah, I like.
It's okay. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah. I like to keep myself disconnected, honestly, because I ain't got time. I got enough that I got going on in my own life. I don't have time for other people's drama. You know what I'm saying? But yes, so let's get into it. I want y'all to just go ahead and shoot off some different instances and let's speak on it. Let's talk about it.
Wait a minute. When I tell y'all God just tried to censor me, I took a sip of water, and when I tell you it was that, I was like, my free speech was gone. I didn't know what to do.
Oh my God.
Oh no, it went down the wrong pipe.
Y'all saw it. I sipped, and then it was out. I'm back. Praise the Lord. How y'all doing?
Welcome back. I'm glad you're still here.
Sorry about all of that. Unprofessional.
Before we get into it, I do want to pull up this comment because I thought this was interesting. ASB 513 said, I believe in free speech, but a lot of people form opinions with no prior knowledge or real sources of information, just vibes. But I still think, even in that sense, there's nothing wrong with giving your opinion.
Right.
Like for instance, I'll tell y'all something that used to irritate me. I would be on Twitter. This is during my housewives days. I would be on Twitter tweeting about what might be going on in the current society. And then people would be like, stick to reality TV. You can't comment on this. And I'm like, well, what do you do for a living? Oh, I
Right.
work in finance. Okay, well then you can't comment either. So because of my job and my limited knowledge on a particular instance, I can't talk at all. You know, do you know how many times I was able to gain more understanding by tweeting out something that I had a half-based opinion on, and then somebody came along and gave me the whole story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there
Yeah.
shouldn't be anything wrong with giving your opinion. You can put a disclaimer out there and say, "Hey, I'm not a medical advisor, but you know, I love
Right.
taking black seed oil every day." You know, like, yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I think a great first conversation would be the question we got earlier about Nicki Minaj and Jessie Nelson from Little Mix. You know, they say she's been, I guess some people would like say, a victim of cancel culture recently. She's had some controversial opinions on some different things. And there's a couple different arguments to be had. A lot of people feel as though, like, something shouldn't be said, but there's a lot of people that also feel like it's great that she's speaking up for, you know, that other side and being a voice for the people who may not have as big of a voice.
Okay. Now, who is Little Mix?
I can give you the spiel. I can give you the spiel because I gave the spiel to my boyfriend. I've given it so many people. Okay.
Okay.
So Little Mix was founded in the early 2010s. I believe they were founded on X Factor, the show with Simon Cowell in the UK.
Mhm.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So consists of 4 girls who I thought 2 were white, but apparently 3 are white and 1 is black. And as these girls have grown up, as they've put out albums, one of these girls, Jessie Nelson, I guess her skin complexion has gotten a little darker. You know, she's gone she's gone that route, the IG baddie look. So,
tan.
oh, she tan, honey. She
tan.
But she looked good. She looks good. But yeah, she tan.
She does look
So they came out with their last project last year during the pandemic, and I guess during the filming of one of their videos, she left the group basically and cited mental health reasons. So she left the group. So now the group is now 3 people, the 2 white girls and the 1 black girl. So Jessie is now going solo, and she put out her first solo single last week, and it features Nicki Minaj, and it has Diddy in the video. It's kind of like it's paying homage to you know, that Bad Boy video where they move into the suburbs. But yeah, so it's paying homage to that in the video. So now people are feeling as though Jessie is blackfishing because her skin has gotten progressively darker as time has went on. She's doing this song called Bad Boys featuring Diddy and Nicki. So clearly she's trying to go for this urban route and do all of this and appeal to that black market. But at the same time, she hasn't spoken about Black Lives Matter. She hasn't, you know, really spoken up in times that have really been beneficial, that would have been beneficial to people of color in the last couple of years. So I'm sorry if I'm talking too much.
No, that was a great rundown.
Yeah, no, this is
run it down.
So Nicki comes into it where they got the song together. So they decided to go on IG Live together and, you know, have that help promo the song. Mm-hmm. So they have 100K people on the IG Live. And Nicki is talking about, you know, some of the things related to the blackfishing and related to that. The girl Jessie, she's like, yeah, my hair is naturally curly and, you know, I just tan dark. And people are looking like, okay, girl. But and the shade comes in where one of the lyrics, one of Nicki's bars on the song is something like, you know, we got these bitches all jelly. And then it's jelly. And the black girl in Little Mix, her name is Leanne. So when Nicki posted about it, she said, we got these bitches jelly. And she spelled it like Leanne from Little Mix. So it was like, ooh, she's shading the other girl. She's shading the black girl from Little Mix. So then I guess Nicki brought up the girl Leanne and that for her to be black in the group, she had said recently that the blackfishing stuff kind of bothered her with Jessie while they were in the group. So Nicki had brought that up and was like, why are you bringing this up now when she has a song with me and not when she was in the group and this was a thing for the last couple years? But people are like, she did bring it up.
Minaj, and everybody's watching.
Nicki Minaj, that's the tea.
And, you know, promo got a promo. Like, we all know how promo work. You know,
Look,
good or
I'm
bad
better than
publicity.
talk about Mila Eve Essentials.
There you go.
So that's basically where we are now. You know, the Little Mix fans, they're mad. The Barbs, they're mad at Little Mix fans. It's like
It's so stressful. So stressful.
Wow.
The
So
girls are
Little
fighting.
Mix has a large following.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
I've never heard of them.
but like over there, they famous over there. They
In,
not,
in the
very
UK.
UK.
The UK.
yeah, in the UK.
Okay.
So
here's
this is
my-
like a crossover single for her. Yeah.
So here's my question. So people are I mean, I'm just trying to, you know, so people are mad at her because she is basically representing herself as Black and loving all of our features, but she's not supporting anything that has to do with Black people. So did people come after Eminem about that? Or like Justin Timberlake, or like, I mean, you know,
Right. Christina Aguilera, they
Brown,
brought
we
her
gotta
up.
switch to Brown.
there's a lot of them out there, and while I'm flattered as a Black woman that there's so many out there that would love to be Black, I definitely think that if you're going to do that, you should at least make sure that you recognize the fact that when we are being Black, don't try to put us down, basically. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people out there that always want to criticize Black people in general. Meanwhile, they're literally trying to look like us. They're plumping their lips. They're getting the hips and things like that. Things that are natural to a Black woman's body. It skipped over me for some reason, but you know. But
girl, stop acting like you are not
Nah,
beautiful
man,
and you
not
do
doing
not have
that,
body
okay.
because we are not finna do that.
No, I'm talking
You
about my
got
hips.
body.
I'm talking about my hips. I ain't got no hips. Only hips.
Anyway,
But it's okay
we
because
ain't
you
gonna
got
touch that.
angles. You got angles. That's all you need.
Okay, all
Everybody
right, I
got
give you that. I
angles.
got angles. I got big, beautiful lips that I'm proud of.
Okay, yeah,
Lips,
hey, man.
proud.
Monique,
Oh, yeah.
Mary sent you a before and after picture to your
Mary,
DM,
Mary.
so you can know who she is. No, not
Oh,
Mary.
Y'all got
Mary.
Mary, Mary.
Not Mary.
A moderator.
The mod-
Okay, let
Because
me
I've been
see.
seeing that name in this chat, and I was like, oh,
This way I
y'all
can
know Mary. Cool, I live for this.
I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna pull it up and put it up on the screen for y'all. So okay, so I get that. So if we're gonna call out one person, can we call out everybody? I just want everybody called out because it really is annoying. Because I can't stand when people put Black people down or they make jokes about them because of their big lips, because of their
Right.
big hips, because of their hair texture. Meanwhile, we have the most versatile hair. We can wear it straight, we can wear it kinky, we can lock it up, we can braid it back.
Okay, hello.
Do
Faye,
everything
what
with
you
it.
need?
You know, hair that defies gravity. I'm proud of that. And the thing
Right.
that I have a problem with is there is so many Black people who have been put down for those very features and are walking around here insecure in a mug these days, hating themselves, hating other Black people. It all starts because of that. So don't put us down for our characteristics and then try to rock them. And then don't
Right.
like that's the part that gets me.
Yeah, I have
Another
a
thing
question.
about the. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it's just real quick. So, how do we know who to call out? Because I honestly, deep down inside, know that there are some people who are fully aware of blackfishing and what they are doing, and you know whose concepts they're stealing and stuff like that. And then I am a firm believer that there are people on the other side where that is not their intention. They just like the aesthetic and not necessarily saying the aesthetic to be Black. But hey, I want my lips plumped. I want to go get a tan. I like urban music, and that's the vibe I'm feeling. So how are we able to decide who is really just being culture vultures and who really, you know,
It's
actually appreciates us?
Hold on, before I pull this up, it's obvious who's being culture vultures because you can look at the ones that come into the game and they come in with the Black music and the Black soul and the Black voice, and then once they make it in their career, pink, then they go back to whatever they really wanted to do or sing or how to be.
Because that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's weird how like it's cute if you have a Black culture, sis, and you have an affinity for Black Sure, Jan. But my thing is, when you come over here to sell a single and your first single is this presentation that nobody's ever seen from you, nobody's ever gotten from you, it gives like that cultural appropriation in this that becomes inappropriate at that point. Like it it's like, I don't know, I don't want to say the word, but like jigaboo culture, that type of like you're playing this part to be black because you want to sell something, because you want to come and give us something, a product or something.
And that's
So
the part.
So
That's
do you
the part
think
I don't like.
do you guys think it would make people feel quote unquote comfortable if before a project releases and they potentially knows that it can rub people the wrong way because they are being a little bit more urban in their style, something that they haven't showcased before? Should they give a disclaimer, or how should people go about that if that's really not their intention?
I don't think she should have I don't think you should give a disclaimer so much as it needs to match. Like the carpet needs to match the drapes, everything needs to match. If I can look at your last video and not see any blackness, and she's been urban, like Lil Mix is a little urban for the UK girls, but she's not been black before. Like her skin color, wearing bandanas, being in the hood, doing the, dances and like this isn't anything that you've given us. You've given us high fashion, maybe some urban glam. So now it's really weird that
we also can't stay in the same box forever. We got to.
That is true.
We have an evolution. We have to level up sometimes. And I'm not saying level up and be black, but I would hope I'm not but you know what I'm saying. I would hope that I'm not a pop star, and for 5 years in every single video you see me with a red ball gown on, sitting at a piano. Like at some point, I would hope I spice it up.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't. There's one white pop star that has been out for more than 5-6 years, have more than 3-4 albums, that has not had an urban era. Like it's something that most people go towards at some point. But it's like, to me, you got to put in the work when it comes down to it. If she would have been a part of those protests last year and maybe done more to support the Black community in the lead up to this, which that may have been something on her team. I don't really know how all of that works, but if that would have happened, then something like this probably would have made more sense, because you would have had the plausible deniability to be like, well, you wouldn't have had to say it. It would have spoke for itself. But, since she didn't do that, it's like you don't really have that opportunity or that plausible deniability.
Here's my thing. I'm fine with people who have grown up in a culture and they've adopted it. I'm fine with that, right? But my thing is, this is when I question things. When your inner circle consists of nobody that is Black or even just diverse. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally taking on another culture, but you don't hang around that culture. You don't know nobody within that culture. The only ones that you do know are rich. I witnessed this mess over and over again being married to an NFL player. You know what I'm saying? My husband is a Black man from Alabama, but in other people's eyes, he's burgundy because he played for the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? Or the Washington. So, I seen it so many times. It was like you would have these friends that are really close, and then I'd be like, well, dang, where do I see your Black friends are? Like, where they at? Why are you hanging around us? And then I mean, a huge red flag would go off when those particular friends might be like 40 years our senior. And it's just like, all right, and you ain't never interacted with Black people. This Black NFL player, he's a cool Black man because he got money and he got whatever status he has, so it's okay to hang around him. But I have more respect for people who are actually involved in the culture. They have friends that are of all shades and colors, and it makes more sense that way. Keep it consistent. I don't like all of that flip-flopping stuff, so that I don't roll with.
I see a really good comment. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm sorry, but it looks like Swandanesia, somewhere around there. Don't know how to pronounce your name, but she made.
Hey, girl.
They make a really good point. They said it may well be that she was not allowed to give that vibe when a part of the band. Now that she is doing her own thing and she's now able to bring out that side of her, and that very may well be the case. Because I know, for instance, Normani, she was in a 5-person group, and they did hip hop, they did pop, and all of that. And when she became solo, she herself said, "I want to do pop music," and she's a Black girl. So, and when you are in bands, it's not like you have all of this input, really. You are formed together to follow what these people are telling you to do. Now, I don't know if that is her case, but that is a good way to look at it. That could also be a potential reasoning as to why it's making people shook, because this is her first solo project outside of a group that was put together.
Right.
So you can also look at it that way.
I like what Crystal just said. She said non-Black people at times see Blackness as an accessory and not a culture and a fabulous race. That's why they argue with us when we call out their appropriation of our cultures. It always seems like Black people get the short end of the stick. Anytime we have an issue, we don't get any real justice behind it. We get a little holiday or a little like, oh, hey, we recognize this person, we recognize that person, but no like real change or justice for whatever we're going through. And then we just wash over it. Like, you know what pissed me off? And I'm gonna be absolutely real with y'all. That the when we were going through everything during the whole Black Lives Matter movement, right? I was waiting to see real justice. I was waiting to see some real change. And what I saw in DC was graffiti on the street. They painted a street, Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Like they painted a mural on the street and people were excited. And I said, you know what? 10 years ago, I probably would have got excited, but I'm still waiting to see what you're going to do next. And I don't feel like much has happened after that. So it's like, when are we going to hold ourselves accountable and say we deserve more? We deserve to be heard. We deserve to be recognized. And when we're bothered by cultural appropriation, we deserve to be felt. Like, I'll give you an example. When I wore the Native American costume and then Kenya Moore wore the Native American costume, everybody was coming after our necks. And then I had to go a second round because once Kenya came out last year with it, then people started bringing me up again. And I was like, dang, I didn't apologize for that. I didn't realize it. I am Native American as well. So I thought I had every right to do it. But I learned from it. I moved forward. But when Leanne or whatever, Leanne on New York Housewives came to whatever costume party dressed as Diana Ross, which is fine. But then she like put a little coloring on to make herself a little darker. There were some Black people upset by that. And they were like, that's not right. What she's doing is not right. But I didn't hear Bravo make no statement about that. I didn't hear them say, hey, Black community, we're sorry. We do not condone this. We apologize for this. This is not right. I ain't heard nobody say that. You know what I'm saying?
And that episode is still up. And I remember when the Kenya Moore whole thing went on, they removed that episode from public viewing.
Yeah. It's like they can recognize, the Europeans coming here and taking the land from the Native Americans. Everybody recognizes that. But nobody recognizes that we were brought here on slave ships, forced to work for free, and been here ever since. And don't nobody want to give us no reparations. Don't nobody want to acknowledge our trauma.
Give me $20, please. Give me $20.
Our DNA from our ancestors. Nobody wants to recognize that. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to just get over it. We're supposed to just go to church and say, I forgive you. Man, screw that. It pisses me off. I'm sorry.
Whoa, this is about to be on Nick's political corner.
Like, for real.
Okay, get it out.
How about that? Anyway, go ahead.
Send me
but no, I think this honestly would be a great segue into another topic. I don't know how deep into this you guys want to go, but I sent you all a clip a little earlier while we were backstage regarding something kind of similar to this conversation with the reunion for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills coming up.
Yeah,
because we had Garcelle Bouveau who oh yes, come on, real tea, real time.
Go ahead. Let me see. I'm trying to go through these comments.
After this show, I'm tuning in, and I already know my Twitter fingers are going to be on fire. And I'm gonna wait till Monique is here.
Yeah, and of course, because we don't have the full story. We only have the clip. The episode has not premiered yet, so we don't know the full story. But we have seen the season. We have seen the quote-unquote darts. And with all of that being the case, we're going to the reunion, and apparently Dorit and Lisa Rinna are going to have words with Garcelle. I guess they feel as though she's been attacking them or having too many, I guess, what's the word? Problematic statements, I guess, regarding them. She's just been very passive aggressive, and it's but it feels like with Black people and Black women specifically. You know, I'm not a Black woman, but I've definitely seen this. I've grown up with a bunch of Black women, and just living my life and seeing the things that they've gone through, a lot of times they can be pegged as angry or pegged as, you know, different things, or as a bully or whatever, when in reality they're just being passionate about whatever the subject is.
Right.
You know, somebody else can be at the same decibel with something, be at the same amount of this and that, but like it feels like when it's a certain skin tone that there's an extra level of aggression or, you know, something with that's being added. So, and also finding a way to, you know, keep that speech free. You know, we all gonna talk our ish, and you know, whether I want to scream it and shout it and let it all out, I'm going to.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear it.
Because
Let me tell you,
with that situation. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Even with that situation, all Garcelle did was tell Dorit she talked too much, and that's what everybody's been saying. Literally,
Everybody's
the entire
been saying
show,
that since she's been on the show.
Right.
Since she's been on the show, it ain't no harm. Dorit, you talk too much, and so the thing about like free speech and like connecting everything back, it seems very disingenuous now that we get to a reunion and Renna hasn't spoke up about anything else all season, but yet you want to speak out about how Garcelle treated Dorit in that moment. And you always make it a character thing. You always make it oh, you're being angry, you're being passive aggressive. There's shots, there's darts. She's literally said things that you all have said and bravo. Sometimes they get it right. Most times they get it wrong. Sometimes they get it right because they have shown the clip back to back to back of y'all all saying Dorit talk too much. So why is it an aggressive thing? Why is that?
Can I ask a question? I obviously haven't watched the season, but I just want to know, whatever points she's making towards Garcelle, did Garcelle actually do those things, or are they being like over dramatized? Like she did something that's such a big deal outside of the whole, you know, she talks a lot, because she does talk a lot and everybody's been since day one. But has there been instances throughout the season where Garcelle was like purposely being shady, or things have been said, or
can I step in? Okay. So me being me, I try to see everybody's point of view, right? and that can, you know, that can mess me up sometimes, but it's okay. So what Dorit is saying, has those things happened? Yes. Now, the way that she is interpreting it, maybe not. I can't tell anybody how to feel. Now, when you look back at it, when she's saying, Garcelle, you said this and this and that. Yes, Garcelle did say this and this and that. But after Garcelle said this and this and that, somebody else said this and this and that. So I tried to look at it like, okay, is Garcelle getting all of this heat because you just walked into this group? How dare you tell me something? Because, you know, it's not going to hit if one of you guys told me something. It's not going to hit the same way that it would coming from Monique, because I don't know you. And so when these ladies tell her things, this is coming off of a 5-6 year relationship. You know, you're just coming in. So how dare you tell me I talk too much?
No, they were telling her that in the very beginning.
What I'm saying is coming from Garcelle. Because if you were to tell me I talk too much, okay, we have that rapport. For if you tell me that, okay, you know, we have that type of relationship.
No, what I'm saying is, all right, for instance, Dorit's first year, season, and she was the one that is just now coming in new, meeting new people. They told her back then that she talked a lot.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
yeah.
It's the same.
So it's like, what makes it different when Garcelle says it? It's like, because let me clarify. Like, I wasn't saying that, you know, she was being angry or anything, or that there was anything wrong with that. What I was saying was that there is an issue that these girls feel that there is something wrong with that. She should be allowed to be passionate or be allowed to say whatever she wants to say and have that space and that opportunity to do that, just like everybody else on the cast is allowed to, because, you know, I love me some Erica Jane, but I've only seen this season, but she has gone off on people, and I haven't heard and I haven't heard any of these words thrown around about her, but I have heard them thrown around on social media and things like that about Garcelle. And, you know, that's not okay. Like, she deserves that same space to be able to talk about some, especially if it's something that everybody else has apparently talked about for years on end, I'm finding out.
I love your censorship. You really just censored the curse word.
He practices this. I keep telling y'all.
So do you guys think that maybe they're being sensitive and want her delivery per se to be sugar coated and with a smile? Because that's maybe the vibe I'm getting then. Maybe because she's not saying it with a smile, you feel like she's being mean and you want.
Then they gonna say she fake.
I can see that.
My whole thing is this a Garcelle issue or is this a black issue? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to gauge which one it is.
I don't think it's a black issue personally.
Right. That to me is going to be where, you know, if I'm like, all right, they tripping or they're ganging on her because she's black, or is it just the fact that Garcelle, who happens to be black, has said or done something that, you know, and then people are getting heated because you have a black woman and a white woman having a heated exchange. Right. Because I saw the one clip where she basically told Garcelle to shut up, like in so many ways, you know what I'm saying? But obviously we're watching an edited trailer, so I can't really draw any conclusions on that. I saw that on Twitter and I was just like, wait, whoa, you know, because no, who was it? Adrienne Balone.
Yeah.
She had basically posted how she was upset, this, that, and the other. So I was just trying to understand like what's going on. And I'm basing off of a short clip. I don't want to give my opinion because I don't know the whole situation. So
I don't think it's a black thing. I think it's just a Garcelle thing, honestly.
I think it's both, and I think that's the issue here. I think it should be a Garcelle thing. It should be that Garcelle said something to Dorit that Dorit didn't like, and Garcelle should have been able. I mean, both parties should have been able to express how they feel. But it's starting to become now. Why are you so aggressive? Every time I say something, it's like you hate me. Your tone, Garcelle. It's like that unspecific,
the microaggression
answer. Right, you're pointing those things out that you don't do to Kyle, that you don't do to Erica Jane, that you don't. Erica Jane sat up there and threatened Sutton to her face, and they like the most punishment she got was Kyle being like, "No, you shouldn't say that." Whereas like we're still talking about Garcelle saying that Dorit talked too much at the end of the season. That happened at the beginning of the season.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like somebody needs a storyline.
I will say
we already know.
Got no storyline.
A lot. I will say there's a lot of people piggybacking off of other people's issues this season. And I love Garcelle, and I think, you know, I don't know. I don't see it as a black thing, and it's just maybe because it's coming from a black woman, and they're not used to somebody being so upfront and telling you literally while sitting next to you, hey, you talk a lot, or you didn't have the same opinion yesterday. And I feel like maybe all this anger towards her is because she's calling them out on their stuff. And you know,
that is true.
Normally on that show, they find out either when they're filming confessionals or at the reunion after they already watched the show. But she's telling you like, oh yeah, when we filmed that scene yesterday, you didn't have that same energy. And I think maybe they're not used to that being put on the spot. After they're trying
to be put on the spot, if that's what Garcelle is doing,
and it's something, and it may be something new to them that they're just like, what are you doing? Like, we don't do that here.
Happening.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
It's my first season watching.
Really, you didn't go all the way back? Oh my gosh!
Oh, my boyfriend, he told me I'm going back. Season
you gotta
1.
go back.
You know, I stay at Potomac. Already watched that all the seasons featuring Monique, but you know, we get into the other one.
I ain't watched this season. I don't know what they're doing over there.
But I will say, pertaining Garcelle, I am happy that it's not like all of them against Garcelle. There's just a select two.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm glad that they're not all on the same page. Now, I don't know if they're all on the same page privately, but publicly, it's only two of them who really are gunning for her. And one of them had a very long friendship with her. So that one I don't even count, because friendships do go kind of haywire, and there may be some really deep things as to why they just can't connect. But as far as Dorit,
that's true. Yeah.
As far as Dorit, her storyline was wedding dresses. So you kind of have to pick and choose.
Why was Dorit there?
What you want to get mad at, you know?
And I'm sorry, but can I ask y'all this question? So she's going to wear a dress from her line to the reunion. So does that mean she's going to wear a wedding dress to the reunion?
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I was just kind of confused about that. Are you going to wear a wedding dress to the Real Housewives reunion? But I guess we'll see it. I guess we'll find out in about.
Wow.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like as long as the energy is consistent, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't give inconsistent energy. Like, if you feel passionate about somebody saying that you talk too much, keep that same passion with everybody that says it to you.
Right.
You know, not the same energy for real. Because it does become, I don't like, first of all, we're not the ones that created the whole connotation when it comes to Black women being angry or a Black man being feared. We did not do that. We are basically dealing with a situation that was created and we were forced into. So now every reaction that we have is looked upon like, oh, you're upset, you're angry. Why? You need to calm down. Excuse me. I am calm. I'm just passionate. This is how I am as a person. This is how I speak. And I just feel like people need to just respect the fact and stop looking at skin color to determine when you can be loud or when you need to be quiet, because everybody does get loud. I remember just watching a clip that they posted on New York.
Right. I was about to say Sonia and Bershawn. She punched the whole fire extinguisher. Oh, Ebony. Yeah.
I'm talking about Ebony at the table when she left. At the table, everybody was jumping up, loud, screaming, doing all kinds of crap. And then she's just sitting there talking calmly. And they're just like, oh, you don't have to be so loud. Or you, what? So why all of a sudden is the energy shifted? You know, that to me is when it becomes one of those issues where it's like, okay, don't make this about skin color. But the way you're coming at me, it makes me feel like, you know, but at the end of the day, I just feel like maybe they're intimidated by Garcelle's confidence. Maybe they're intimidated by the fact that she's very direct and she comes and says whatever it is that she needs to say. And she don't do all of the fake stuff behind your back. She's beautiful. She's a boss. She has an amazing career. She just so happens to be Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. She has a lot of the characteristics and qualities that they probably want for themselves. She can wake up and be tanned and not have to sit out in the sun. Who knows? So
it's very weird. I don't watch New York at all. I can only tell you their names because I see them in the headlines. But from a clip I saw, there was a confrontation between somebody named Bershawn and Sonia. And from the clip I saw, Bershawn is just like, you know, get your hand on my face, calm down. And Sonia literally punched the glass fire extinguisher, had glass everywhere. Production's coming in and swooping her away. But everybody was coming after Bershawn from what I saw, either about instigating the fight and stuff like that. But we're not talking about the actions that this white lady just did, showing physical aggression, punching things, making glass happen, and having production come in and swoop her out of there. So it's very telling per se. And, you know, it is a change. Bravo really did not have that many diverse cast shows. And am I giving it a pass saying, yeah, it's a change, so, you know, I'm giving you guys time to adjust? No. But we see how you guys act when there is change. So it's very interesting. Even with Crystal on Beverly Hills, she's an Asian woman, and she got hate for being Asian, jumping into a whole white ensemble cast. So okay, I'm not gonna say that, but it's just very telling.
They better leave my Crystal alone.
Very telling.
Even with Crystal alone, okay.
Tiffany Moon,
right? I like me some Crystal Minkoff. Tell Rob when can I get in the Disney movie? I can act. I got my real.
It's funny when it comes to just like racism and things like that, it doesn't bother me. And the reason why is because I understand that it's rooted in jealousy and hate. You don't know me. You just know what I stand for because of what my ancestors did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what kind of people we come from. Chris's face is stuck.
Chris. Oh my gosh. Why am I just realizing that?
I feel like he was about to say something really good too.
Oh, you know he was gonna come with a word.
Oh my god. But yeah, like, to me, it just makes me feel like you're insecure with yourself and you mad. You mad at me because of it. You know, it's like, hey, whatever. There you go.
Okay, you back.
Hey,
you.
Okay.
Don't take it cheap.
It's freezing up again.
Okay, well, while we let his internet do what it's about to do, no, I definitely agree with you, Monique.
Wait, I like what B Up said. She said, but we give life, money, power to the same companies, i.e. Bravo, that continue to perpetuate these races. Well, these racial biases. Well, why the hell you think I left? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, and I don't know if and that's why I support Black businesses. Anyway, but I don't know if this is a part of this whole book that they released that Dave Quinn did. But we did an interview. He interviewed all the housewives in past and present. And we did an interview and he asked me about my opinions based on how, with the whole Black Lives Matter movement at the time was happening. So we talked about that. And he said, what was my opinions based on how the casts among, across different franchises were treated as compared to the cast that were mostly Black, like Atlanta and Potomac. And I said, with the white shows, they allow their cast members to be shown as a full woman. And he said, well, what do you mean by that? I say they show their businesses, they show their friendships, they show their marriage that is always looking successful for the most part, unless some scandal happens. They show them in business, they show them as moms, they show the full person. I said, but then when you go to the Black shows, they pick and choose which one can be the businesswoman, which one can be the mom, which one can be that.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
They don't show the full picture. They put you in a box and they try to keep you there, even if you're filming all season long, showing everything. I used to film more than everybody because I had a lot going on and I would be very open about everything that I was doing. But then when the season would come around, they would show like that much of it. And they would only show me in moments where you're showing my things because you wanted me to be this braggadocious person that I wasn't. You ask me a question, I answer it, but you don't show yourself asking me the question. You just show me answering it. So it looks like I'm just volunteering information,
Right.
So I said, what I don't like is that it's not equal when it comes to how they portray the Black women that are on these franchises. And that needs to be addressed and changed because all of us, we do the same thing, if not more. On top of having to deal with all of the social issues that we have to deal with, we put that all out there, but it just seems that they only want to Bravo only wants to put those things out there when it benefits Bravo so that they can look like they're allies of the Black race, so it's like, let's talk about Black Lives Matter now because that's what's popular. Oh yeah, let's dedicate and hear Black voices now. Well, you could have been doing it all the time and you can still do it and you still ain't. So who's really culturally appropriating? You know what I'm saying? I know that Real Housewives of Atlanta is what was keeping them lights on for a long time. They literally put Bravo. Let's just be real. They get the most views. They bring in the most bread, honestly, and they all Black. So give them their respect and show them in the light that you can show everybody else as full women. So I don't know if they put that part in there, but I said that.
I definitely I feel like, for example, with Mariah Huck, created a show, gave them a show that is still currently on the air. And I don't know if it was because a Black woman was the creator and whatever happens behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, she got done wrong by a network that she gave a hit show. And it's so strange how the people who put the most money in your pocket are the people you dog the worst. It's just so weird.
And when are we going to wake up and start supporting us? And this is what I don't like as well. It's almost like if a Black person comes out and says, hey, I'm pro-Black and I want to support other Black businesses, then it's like, why everything got to be about Black? Why everything got to be about race? You making it about race, you race baiting. But if a white person comes out and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and buy my Gucci, my Chanel and my Louis Vuitton and all of those different things and support other white businesses, nobody says anything. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, when are we going to sit back and look at ourselves and say, hey, all right, let's start pouring into these companies that are owned by Black people that represent what we know as a culture. Like, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, exactly.
Look in my closet now, and you'll see a lot of stuff. I still rock my little Prada and all that stuff, but I'm still rocking like my World and Vision shirts. My kids are like, I try to shop Black just as much as I shop everybody else. At the end of the day, we are the biggest spenders in this country. We literally turn people into millionaires and billionaires, like for real. So we can do that for us. It's just crazy. It's like we ain't got to be ashamed about loving who we are.
Right.
Supporting people because everybody else does.
This melanin, you can't get this in the stove.
Oh wait, I'm ashy. Oh my gosh.
Try, but you can't.
Oh my gosh. So yes, no, this has been great. I mean, the comments are pouring in. Yes.
Oh, you know how we do.
Yes.
Yes. No, this
Shout
is
out
awesome.
Mary. I see you.
Period.
Shout out Ty, Angelica. Shout out Leslie. I see all y'all. I can't see much.
And of
but I see
course,
that.
everybody, you can follow your favorite petty cousins, Chris and I, on YouTube at Freeish Media.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. We can't wait to come back with you guys. I mean,
No,
when you invite us back?
y'all need to come back.
Yeah, no, we're gonna definitely do
Listen.
part 2 for
I
sure.
I'm
love.
gonna get some better internet.
You better use somebody hotspot.
I promise. I promise real hard. I'm gonna get some better internet.
So wait, I didn't know this. Somebody said they said let's A Green 81 said let's not forget that they canceled the Roni reunion to protect white women Ramona and Luann specifically. Wait, they canceled their reunion?
Yeah, they're not even doing it at all.
Ooh.
They're gonna just jump into filming the next season.
Oh wow.
And wait, so in
wow.
Bravo viewers, because I'm no longer a Bravo viewer, Bravo viewers are standing for that. That's cool with y'all.
No, actually, I've never seen an episode of that, but I follow the housewife pages. A lot of people are upset. Well, a lot of us are upset about that decision.
Oh wow.
Because
what us is gonna do about it? That's crazy. That is crazy. It's so crazy what they'll do to protect who they want to protect, right? I remember when I got into the fight and they were like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, it's not good for our sponsors. Oh, you can't put your hands on people. Like I'm a kindergartner and don't know that already. My husband was on the phone and they were just like, coming down and saying whatever they want to say. And I was like, well, that's fine. I said, I'll quit then. It's fine.
Right.
Don't show it. My husband was like, look, if it's going to bother your sponsorship that much, don't show the fight.
Right.
Well, we got to show it so that we can follow the story.
Right.
And show, this, that, and the other. I ain't see no protection then. They have no problem. They want to see a housewife go to jail. Like they want it so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like they listen here.
Hyped it up the whole season before the fight even happened.
And still hyping
it's crazy because
Still
I'm sorry, I just gotta speak on this as a fan and as a viewer, and
okay.
But the fact that
you know where we're going.
The fact that who Voldemort is going to be in this same situation again a year later, and now the consensus is like, oh, you did too much. You haven't learned your lesson and this and that. But it's like how are y'all not understanding the parallel between this and what happened last year, and how you can't just, of course, free speech is a thing, but like I said at the beginning of this, when you say certain things, you have to be ready for what is going to happen. And you can't sit there and cry about it and then want to come back a year later and do the same thing that were so traumatized about.
But Ricky, Ricky, isn't it
there was
funny?
Never trauma. There was never trauma. That was all bad acting.
Ricky, wasn't it funny?
That's what I said.
Are the same people who were upset last year are the same people this year saying, you didn't learn your lesson? You're asking for it? The same people. That was funny.
The same bandit.
Okay,
that was funny.
The same.
Wait, what?
literally told this girl in their confessional saying, did you not learn, as they play the montage of last season, did you not learn about what happened last season? You're literally baiting her and asking her for it.
Yeah,
that's how they do you. That's how they do you.
What?
Like, I can't.
Wait, somebody tweeted me and I saw it and I just was like, and I just kept scrolling. Somebody tweeted me and said, I love something to the extent of, I love how Monique is getting vindication and she's not even on the season. And I was like, what does that mean?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, well, whatever. Wow, that is hilarious. Actually,
very
I had to get that off my heart real quick.
I said it in every interview. I said it in every interview. I said it in every chance I had to speak. I said it wasn't about the fight, because if it was, there would have been hey, we got to get these sisters together. We got to fix this. It was all about, oh, this is perfect. Let's get her off the show.
Right.
So, which I mean, I ended up leaving on my own free will, and I'm glad I did. It's the best decision ever. But at the end of the day, that wasn't the reason I left. I left for other reasons, but
Right.
still, I already knew what they were trying to do. It was like, oh, let's try to alienate her. So
and everybody sees
and all
the
of
same way what you're saying, how you knew. Everybody sees that now. Because
everybody's saying it right now.
Because at that time, everybody had the same quote unquote enemy in common. So it's going to be very easy, you know.
Right. They didn't show.
Yeah.
So y'all know I had the raw footage because my attorney subpoenaed it. So I saw everything, like all the camera views when the fight happened, after the fight, and all of that. They didn't show the bandits laughing after the fight was over. They didn't show that part.
Oh,
they didn't show all of that. Yeah, they didn't show that part.
They must have had the shady side of the paddles flipped over that day.
It was all an act, y'all. We all knew.
Crazy.
We all knew. Riley said she was yelling at the TV, had to pause and walk out the room.
Yeah.
My friends don't even tell me because y'all already know I don't care.
Literally, I watch and I'd be like, you're protecting your energy and you don't care about that stuff, so I don't even bother to tell you. But I got mad for you. I just mad.
I'm upset. I hate
the people who were crying last season are the people who threw the salad first. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just little things. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Do you?
Yeah. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I literally, the only way I even know what might be going on is just because people are tagging me and they're saying over and over again, Monique, we need your help. Monique, you need to come handle this. Monique, she ain't learned a lesson. I'm like,
yes. I mean, when your voice
somebody I actually tweeted, I posted it on my IG story. Somebody said, where's Monique when we need her, or something like that. And I reposted.
Where's Monique Binder?
But I was just like, y'all are hilarious.
Let me tell you, your face, your binder, and your voice have all made cameos. Wait, I got a question. Sometimes they'll be petty. Sometimes they'll be petty and they won't show your face, but they will play your voice, and that is the funniest part.
That is hilarious.
You need to get your coin.
Wow, that is so fun. I'm reading these comments. Y'all are hilarious. Yeah, the hypocrisy has always been there. Always been there. So yes, but listen, we got to get y'all back. After we get off, I'll email y'all and see what dates might work for y'all. But I would love to have a part 2. Because this was great. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate y'all coming on. Make sure y'all follow Freeish Media, and your website is freeishmedia.com.
Yes, our website is freeishmedia.com. We are also on YouTube and TikTok at Freeish Media. We are on Instagram as well. We will be having our comeback in about a week, so follow us now so you can stay tuned and see a lot of this new freeish foolishness we are about to be getting into for this new era.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I so appreciate y'all for coming on. I want to remind y'all of the sales that we have going on. If you missed it in the beginning, just rewind it and watch it again. I gave y'all all kind of promo codes. So yeah, no, but this has been great. We'll definitely have you on next week. I want to let everybody know we're going to be having part 3 of Zodiac Dating. And we're going to be joined by Chris Medina, who is the psychic medium that we love so much. He's been coming on here giving us so much information. But we're also going to be joined by Funky Dineva, who is going to be joining us for the episode as well. If y'all don't follow Funky on Instagram, you have to read the post that he posted last night about some visitors he's been getting. So when I saw that, I immediately sent him a text this morning and I said, hey, do you want to come on for Zodiac Dating? Because even though it's talking about Zodiac Dating, I feel like Chris Medina could like help you figure out what's going on. So he said yes. So we'll be here live next week at 7 p.m. with Chris Medina and Funky. It's going to be a really good episode. Always.
Chris is the truth.
He's good.
Yes, he is. He is fine. We would love to come back for an episode. I'm an Aries. This is a Pisces. Listen.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. No, we're definitely gonna do it. Y'all know I love y'all. So yes, listen, everybody, y'all have a blessed weekend or going into the weekend, and y'all make sure y'all join us next week. I love that Tea with Monique is all about just helping us find our whole self, and listening to that inner voice, bringing out that intuition. So I hope that y'all can all use that and continue to spread the word about our episodes and everything else that we're doing. So y'all take care, and we will see y'all then. Bye.
I'm gonna make you work. What you gonna do? I'm gonna make you say. What you gonna do? Right on the beat till it hurts. Track, slay. I'm gonna make you work. work.